Right, so the client has just left. It's a nice door. He's just left. I've just come in here. It's the second time I've been in here, and I'll show you what he's left me, shall I? Good morning. I wasn't sure if I was actually going to film a little video today, but it's quite an interesting job. So I come to look at this job. It was strip out a wall and stuff. And when I actually turned up, the guy started and he sort of smashed plasterboard holes everywhere. And then he sort of realised that where do the cables come and where do the heating pipes come? So now I'm here. He's just pulled up, so let's get in there. Yeah, he's done well. What a stunner. So basically, jobs I've got to do. He wants another socket off of that, so that's easy. Put that one on the ring. Looks like I'm cutting all the metal out. I've got the plumber coming tomorrow. He was just going to get rid of that radiator, but now he wants it relocated under the stairs because they dry shoes and stuff. That radiator is getting relocated on that back wall, which is fine. This pendant goes. This pendant goes, and he wants them 2 spots, which is fine. I've got some spotlights to do upstairs, and then basically that socket goes. This switch is relocated, which currently does hall, and what does that do? No idea what that's doing at the minute. Socket is getting relocated to that side for a tumble dryer inside the cupboard. And yeah, basically some 4 spots in there, and yeah, just make it all pretty. I've got to do a little bit of making good as well, which I'll do on this one as well. So got a lot to do. So first things first, I'm going to get all this metal cut off and actually see what we're dealing with. So okay, so that is looking a little bit better. All I use there, I've just got a nice pair of gloves on and my metal cutters. Yeah, so it's looking better. The metal's all gone now. Doesn't look so bad now, but what I'm going to do is when I get rid of these sockets, I'm going to put these in a jointless in a maintenance-free box, and use some Wagos on them, and literally they're just going to go above the ceiling. This one here. This leg here is just literally looped to this leg, so I'll pull that leg out and then I'll relocate these 2 legs down inside that cupboard. They'll do that socket. Hopefully one of them will go back to the board or something. I'll suss it out in a minute, but new builds, eh? What do you reckon? No comment from me really, but yeah. So I'll set you up on the laps. Anything interesting, I'll stop the video and we can talk about it, but yeah, let's get on with it. You might be wondering, why am I wearing a jacket? Because they've not lived here. They've just literally bought this house. They've not lived here there's no one lived here for like 6 months, and it's freezing. It's absolutely freezing, but I'll flip you around and let's have a look at the fuse board. Bloody hell, that was close. We've got a Hagar plastic. Not sure why he's turned them off. He's turned loads of stuff off here, which is quite worrying. Lighting and water heater and hob, sockets and cooker. I'm not sure why he's done that, but we'll have that off. We'll check that that's our socket circuit quickly. That's the one. So it's only me here. I'm not going to lock the fuse board off because it's me literally working here. I will prove that with my Martindale and my Steinel now. I just want to skim over people asking, how much did you charge for this job? What's your price? What's your hourly rate? If you can't price a job properly and you're not winning work, why are you asking other people? Like, I win most of my jobs, so I must be doing something right. But I'm not going to tell you because it's just nosy bastard. So yeah. Okay, so I've proven dead. Disconnected this socket. Rather than just spurring off of this, I'm going to keep this on the ring. These are tight, but that's fine. Boxes going directly behind that one, and there's enough depth to have that one and that one back to back. So that will go back to back there. Keep that on the ring, and I'll just put a leg through and keep that one on the ring that side. There's a lot of talk at the minute of these multi-tool cutters and quad saws and da-da-da, but I mean, is it really that hard? I mean, yeah, if you're doing these all day long, 30 or 40 boxes, I can understand it, but look, I can actually film and cut this at the same time. It's really that easy. Probably took me about 30 seconds, and that was for filming that. So there's that one. I'm just going to disconnect these ones now, use the boxes and sockets he's happy to reuse, and get that little job finished. There we go, so sockets in there with a little leg between. I just reused. I've just cut these short because these ones are getting jointed and getting left above the ceiling anyway. Only thing I'm going to do differently to what the other guy didn't do, I'm just going to double these little earths over because they're never quite big enough, the little 1mm or 1.5 earth. Yeah, that's it. I'm not sure on the quality of these sockets. Don't know if you've ever used them. Select Rick, whatever it is. Dual earth, so quite nice, but yeah. Just going to reuse the old ones on this one. Right, socket there's done. Socket there's done. I do all my testing at the end of the day, connect it all up, and then I will go to the board, disconnect, do all my testing. So in this house, like any new build, you have got those sort of engineered beams with you've got like two pieces of timber, then you've got like a chipboard, and again the plumber, I'm not slating any plumbers, but he's just drilled that where he wanted to, whereas the Sparks has sort of clipped along and gone through the pre-drilled hole. So what I'm going to have to do is when I do the spotlights in the living room, I'm going to find the pre-drilled holes and knock them out, rather than just sort of, I'll put the light on, it's just sort of drilled, look, he's just sort of drilled that where he's wanted to. That's not a hole, and it's not even centre of the beam where it should be. Again with that, and then it's just sort of added in bits of, it's fine, bits of roofing batten on. That's, I know these are sort of cheap, but it's just crap. Anyway, I'm going to stop moaning. I'm going to get on. Next job I'm going to do is lose all these cables now. Basically, these lighting cables, I'm going to have to disconnect, pull them back as far as I can, and then they want them sort of relocating onto the other walls. So I've got to say that these are by far my, I love these little joints now. Don't need to screw them. They've got a little flange on there, and that grips that, and then literally that just snaps shut like that, and that's it, maintenance free. Do your testing before you board the ceiling, because I can't lift floors. Chipboard doesn't want me lifting carpets and stuff, so that's just going to sit up above the ceiling now. In the maintenance free joint, gone. Which I disconnected, and another socket hanging on this wall, which I managed to, the leg was linked between, so I pulled them out. They've now routed where these ones are all in the ceiling. They come down with all these cables. I've had to drill one hole, and now they're fished down the wall to the new socket that's going to go there. So they're going to have like a tumble dry stud here, and the plumber's also going to relocate the rad. So I've drilled him a hole. He can then fish his pipes up the wall. Yeah, so they're going to have this for sort of shoe drying. Yeah. I have now disconnected the pendant, and good old electrician, they've wired all their feeds to the switches for the light. So I've cut my downlighter in there, and that will just get filled now. And the same with that one, so that's just got one cable to it, which is lovely jubbly. So I'm going to be using the Luceco downlights that I always use. 2 in here, 4 in there. I always use my DADE. It's absolutely fantastic for saving. Not that it matters in this house, but if you was in a nice house with the carpets and stuff, it doesn't half save you some clearing up. So I am going to have to nip off in a minute because the downlighters, I've got to pick them up. But first things first, what I'm going to do is I've got some switching here. This does the these two lights here, and it's two-wayed over there, and this does the upstairs light. And also I've got to move this switch here, which does the lights in this living room. So that'll be going on this wall, and this switch will be going on this wall. So what I'm going to have to do is pull these as far as I can over, and then I'll do a little joint, and then I'll just rewire the new legs from the joint box to here. All right, I've took the screws out, but I haven't looked yet. Okay, pause the video. Do we reckon they have flagged up the cables? I'm going to say yes, because I reckon they should have done. But pause the video now, give me a comment, and then we'll have a look who's the winner. Dun, da, da, da. Come on. There they are, one-handed. Nice, good boys. Not much showing on them either. With the earths in a connector. What's that all about? What's that for? Really? Okay, I've got the cables down the wall. There's my effort. Just sort of flag them up as they should be. Earth's doubled up. Everything doubled up because they're all going in the screw singly. So you should double them up because it's only 1 mil and it's quite small. And yeah, I'll put that earth on the back box. Nice hand. When I meant back box, I meant front plate. I'll put that earth on the front plate. Okay, I'm not sure what I last filmed, but there's the switch now. I'm going to go off in a minute and get these downlighters. What I've done now is pulled these cables, this switch. I've added some timbers in now, which I can fix plasterboard to. I've now got these cables as far as they'll go. I've now got to do another little joint on these. I think there's 2 switch wires, a feed and a free coil, which is 2 ways over there. So that'll get a little joint in this wall, and then the new switch will go on this wall here somewhere. And then I can plasterboard this, and then I'm probably going to crack on with these downlighters in here, but obviously I need to get these first. So yeah, it's getting there, looking a bit better than it was this morning, eh? Hey look, all the cables are gone. Them cables are now up there in a joint. That switch is now moved to there. I'm not sure where the client's put the face plates. I'm now going to start on the spotlights. I'm just started disconnecting that. It's so nice that they've actually wired the feeds to the switch. Then you literally end up with 1 cable there, and then that'll have 2. That will just literally come from the switch to there. That will go from there to there. So these beams are going to be running this way. As you can tell by that lovely crack. So I'm going to have to drill some holes and then find the pre-drilled holes and then get my cables across to my downlights. But I'll probably set you off on the time lapse for this one. So let's go. Yeah, so there we go. That's the 4 holes drilled. The new downlights. So I've come in a metre, and then that one was 700 from this wall. But when I braddled it, there's actually a joist, so I've come in another 10 centimetres. So that's at 800. That's at 800, but it looks square with the room. So now all I've got to do is just work out my wiring, and then probably drill a couple of holes somewhere where I can fish the cables through the pre-drilled holes in the joist. And then I'll just make these holes, and then we'll connect the 4 spots up. I've had to film this like this so I can put my phone up the hole for you. But this is the beam. Right, can you see there? There's like a hole. That's a pre-drilled knockout that you can knock out. And if you look along here, there's one just there. So it's pretty much in line with my hole. So what I'm going to do is, rather than knock it, I'll just use a long extension. I'm going to drill that. Rather than drilling where you shouldn't be drilling, I drill on those pre-drilled knockouts just like that one there. Go, so I managed to pull the cable out between there and there. That was long enough to go to there, and then wired a new piece to go to that one, and then it just connects there. So 4 spotlights. Managed to wire through existing holes. If they weren't there, I pre-drilled and knocked out the pre-drilled ones. So that I've just put a piece of timber with a hole back in. And then I'll just give this a first fill. The customer's doing all the painting and decorating. So now I can go and get my downlighters for those 2. and for those 4, and then I've got 4 more to do upstairs. So yeah, we're getting there. And then tomorrow plumbers come in, so I won't finish this film today, I'll do it tomorrow. But I'm going to get on with these few bits now. It's actually warmer outside than it is in that house. It's freezing where no one's been in there. Well, I'm just nipping off to screw fix and that. It's about 20 minutes and then I'll be back and we'll fit some downlighters. Right, we're back. Been shopping. Got my downlighters. Love these. Always use these. Not sure who Mark Cox is. Mark Cox room. Got a bit of twin and earth for upstairs and some plumber, some pipe work and stuff because I can get that in for him. And he's literally just got to come tomorrow and hang some rads. And also picked up a nice tub of Decorators multi-skim for doing all my skimming and stuff. And then it give it a nice finish. Here we go. That's those 2 there. This one is getting a dimmer for the living room, in case they want to dim it. But yeah, it gives it a nice light spread. Not too bright, not too dark. So lots to get on with. I'll just show you, so I've started to fill my holes where I sort of fish switches down and next to downlighters and stuff. Started to fill this wall in, filled those 2 holes. Got the plumber's pipes ready to connect there. They're hanging out down there, ready for a rad to go there. Filled the holes in there, filled the holes in. Well, I've fished all them down, so yeah, job's going well. Tomorrow I've got to patch the ceiling in with some new plasterboard. Plasterboard that edge, plasterboard this edge, put a couple of angle beads on it, and then I'll just, I'm not going to plaster it fully. I've just bought this, this stuff is awesome. This skim coat. It's really fine and lovely and it sands off really smooth. I think that was £20, £25 from Screwfix 10kg tub. So that should do this whole room really. So yeah, and then tomorrow I've just got to do some downlighters upstairs. So plumber will be here tomorrow. Hopefully when he's gone I'll show you what he's done. I can get the ceiling made good then. Right, good morning, I'm back on this job again. I've picked up some plasterboard. And I've picked up some angle beads, some timber, etc. Angle beads to go on these walls and stuff, on these nibs. So yeah, I've got a lot to do, so I'm going to crack on. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. This nib's plasterboarded now. I had to put a timber in there, sat between the metals. Butts up to that one. I've had to leave that out for the plumber to do his joint. I've plasterboarded this now. All I've got to do now is, what I'm going to do is scrim tape. So you see what I've done? I've cut out the ridge. Cut out a line, then I'll scrim tape up to that and then it will sit, the filler will just sit in that line and there's no need to skim the whole ceiling because I've got that nice edge that I can go to. Right, I'm so busy, as you can see I've made good. Plumber can't come today, which is really annoying for me, so the ceiling can't get finished. I've just fitted the dimmers, that one's doing these ones. If you want a link, the LED dimmers that I use, I'll put it down below. Gone for the brushed chrome again. So now I'm going to go upstairs and do the downlights. One room done. Dimmer. Nice. Had a few fun and games with the timbers here. No, all made good. He's going to sand it down and paint it. I'm not doing that. There we go. Sensual. Well, isn't that a nice little pink switch? I'm a bit reluctant to change that actually, it's lovely. I might ask if I can take them shelves as well and have that switch. These are the 4. This one was superb, so this is all open eaves above here, so I managed to fish over the timbers. Gone upstairs, there's actually no access into that, so shame really because it's a lot of space. I've just got to fill that one hole in this one and change that to a dimmer. Right guys, that's me done on this one. Unfortunately the plumber didn't make it, but that's life. All the work's now rejigged Monday onwards, so I'm back here Monday, but going to close this video. Take care. See you on the next one.